Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe. 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 Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra Maya. Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra Maya. Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. 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 Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। I thought you were starting it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare
Hari Bol.
Krishna
Harival, projector, take behind. I told that time. Here, above class was there. Hare Krishna. So till the time we do our setup, we would like to welcome all the devotees. Some devotees can keep those chairs outside and make place there. Keep those chairs outside. And devotees can here move little ahead. Come ahead. थोड़ा नीचे करो हरिबोल उसका. Take it down. हाँ बस. Devotees. हाँ हरिबोल. Balaram font is there? Huh? No, not this. So some devotees can come little ahead here also, no problem. Please occupy the places. Please come ahead. Come ahead here. Come ahead. We will not. We have taken prasadam. Yes, please. That mats can be brought. Come near Shiva, behind Shivaji Prabhu, so you can come. Yes, Praja. Please sit comfortably. So on the occasion of this 15th lion preacher, and when he put some points, they're really punching. And today we have chosen the topic as independently you cannot be happy. So there is that will be presenting this presentation. We have with us Sajjan Prabhu, Anil Prabhu, Shrishant Prabhu, Tribhuvan Prabhu, Rasmay Prabhu, and Kinshuk. Kinshuk Prabhu, they are from different youth centers. And our Rasmay Prabhu is our eldest devotee. So they'll be presenting this topic, 10 minutes presentation, then question answer, and then Prabhu will add up some points to that. I will start.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we would like to welcome all the devotees to the Prabhupada Speak Out. So we are going to present a speak out called Independently You Cannot Be Happy. And our Anil Prabhu is going to play the role of Srila Prabhupada, and I am going to play the role of devotee.
Before coming through the topic, I just give the brief summary. The following conversation between His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and some of his disciples took place in October 1975 during an early morning walk in Nairobi, Kenya. So I will play the role of Srila Prabhupada and our dear Sajjan Prabhu will play the role of devotee. taking the role of an atheist. So I'm taking the role of an atheist. Why pleasing the spiritual master? You please Krishna. That's nice. But why should Krishna be pleased? Why should one bother himself to please Krishna? Answer this.
Because our real position is to serve Krishna. We have fallen into the illusion of this material energy because we forget our position as his servants.
We are making scientific progress. What is the use of bringing God in?
Because we shall never become perfect if we don't serve God.
That is begging the question.
Everybody has to serve somebody. Since Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure and everything emanates from him, instead of serving some ordinary person, we should serve Krishna.
But without serving Krishna, I am getting pleasure by drinking wine. Why shall I serve him?
But that pleasure will not last, it's only temporary.
But I also will not last. So I am enjoying wine while I can.
But such a mentality is a third class. Actually, our life is eternal.
That is your statement, third class. But my statement is, it is first class.
Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10.10, to those who are constantly devoted to me and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So, this is our desire.
I don't want to go.
You don't want to go to Krishna?
No.
Alright, suffer.
You are putting upon me some impression. Suffer. But I am enjoying.
Your knee is hurting. Is that enjoying?
That I am curing. That is also nice.
It is said in Bhagavatam that we are just like the limbs of the body and that Krishna is like the stomach. All the limbs may be jealous of stomach and not want to feed the stomach. But if the hands and legs and mouth were to go on strike and not feed the stomach, they would ultimately be destroyed.
This is the right answer. Every limbs of the body must cooperate with the stomach. If the finger thinks, I shall remain independent and be happy, that is not possible. The stomach must be supplied food and then all the other parts of the body will be happy. Similarly, Krishna is the central enjoyer. Bhoktaram Yagna Tapsham. He is the center of everyone's activities. Just as this, African state is the center of people's activities here. If you do not satisfy the state, or the president, then you cannot remain happy. Independently, you cannot be happy. For example, if we have come to this park, because the state is maintaining it, we have not gone to the jungle. So if we actually want happiness, we must cooperate with the state. Similarly, if our ultimate aim is to become happy, then we must cooperate with Krishna. This is obligatory. You cannot escape it. If you try, you will be unhappy.
We are the part and parcel of Lord Krishna.
Yes, even a child, he will naturally brings everything to his mouth. He picks up something, but he does not put it anywhere. Immediately put it in the mouth. Why does not he put in the ear? He does not know what is what. But as soon as he gets something, he put it in his mouth because his position is eating. He knows taste with the tongue and eat. He has not got to be educated. So our position is like that. Being part and parcel of Krishna, we have a natural tendency to serve him. Serving Krishna is not artificial. When we forget Krishna, that is artificial. Our normal life is to love Krishna, to serve Krishna. That is our normal life. Without our serving Krishna, life is our normal, a madman's life. Therefore, Krishna come to this world to preach normal life. Sarv dharmam parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Give up all other so-called duties and simply surrender unto me. This is normal life. Krishna does not require our help. He can create many helpers. But for our good, Krishna comes and says, if you want a normal, happy life, then surrender unto me. This is his proposal.
But Krishna is not here now to give us this normal life. What are we to do?
Therefore, Bhagavad Gita and all other Vedic literatures are there as to remind us of our forgotten position to love and serve Krishna. Krishna bhuliya se jiva nadi bahir mukha atteva maya tare daya sasar dukha. We cannot ascertain when we have come to this world, but for time immemorial we have forgotten Krishna, and life after life we are changing bodies and suffering. So here in the human form of life there is the opportunity to revive our original position, but we require the help of knowledge, perfect knowledge that is available in the Vedic literature. So we may read the Bhagavad Gita, but if we don't take advantage of its knowledge and we go on acting whimsically, then we will suffer. You cannot avoid cooperating with Krishna. You must cooperate. There is no question of an alternative. You must cooperate. Otherwise, you will never be happy. Our aim of life should be to end misery. Atyanta dukha nivattau. For example, I am suffering from this trouble because I am in this material world, because I have this material body. So atyantika dukha nivattau means no more material world, no more material body, and no more misery. And for that purpose, we have to cooperate with Krishna. Otherwise, it is not possible to end our misery. Slopad ki.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Also,
So
we
we-
are.
So we have a small drama regarding this topic.
Father, I need my property back because I am tired being called Rasmay Prabhu's son. I need my individual identity. Please split the property and give me. I'll do my business individually. So you do please share the property. No more talks again.
My son, what happened suddenly?
So see, I am serving under you. I need my own. I have to be master. Hey, if I go outside, everyone calls, hey, Rasmay Prabhu's son came. Suspect. I need my identity. When I go out, people call me Srishant came.
So what is wrong in that? Why you are suddenly thinking about
I
that
need-
all?
I need my independence.
What you required? Whatever you required, we will arrange it.
No, brother, I am not happy with you. Let me go out. I will be happy with my own property and all. Please leave me.
No, whatever you think, it is not like that. Because it is in this entire world, it is not like what you think. So please be patient.
No, I can do it. You please give me property. No more arguments. Please give me property. I will live my life and you lead your life. Please.
So what do you want?
Please give me my share of my property and I will go. And you enjoy your side.
So with that, what you are planning?
I'll do my business. I will enjoy. I'll do my business without you. I can do that also.
So you think you can be
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Now I got my property and I will enjoy.
Like this, the son who was actually has got his own property share from the father, along with his friends, tries to enjoy the property that he has got from inheritance, and thereby lives his life lavishly. Thereby, he actually gets to enjoy different types of drinking, smoking, and different types of enjoyable objects in this metal world. In this way, his friends think that he is a person with full of money, so that's why they try to cheat him. And one day he loses his money, and then will be thrown out in the streets. And he is actually trying to think what he is trying to get some money and actually want to enjoy still more. So in such a scenario, one day there was a pig farmer who actually wants to find a worker for his farm. Thereby, he was actually looking at this poorly situated boy who actually wanting him to be as a servant in his pig farm. So in the pig farm, the owner actually throws some amount of food on the road and actually tries to allure the son who actually was starving on the roads. So then, when the son actually who sees the objects on the road, that
क्या चाहिए पैसा चाहिए लो पैसा क्या चाहिए दौलत चाहिए लो दौलत
so the son starts picking up the food items because he is starving since many days, and he begs
क्या
that
चाहिए
at least he should give him at least some
What food?
which is even fed to animals is sufficient for him.
take it
Because he is starving since many days, he accepts that position, although which is not fit for him.
if you want more
In
food
such a way, he actually serves very menially in such a pig farm, and starts to lament himself and thinks about his previous uh, uh, situation with his father.
If you want more food, you can serve this pig. And whatever remaining, you can take that food. Go and do. Do the work.
One day, after sitting and contemplating on the present situation, he thinks that he should go back to his father, that who had given him lot of freedom and actually given his proper enjoyment. In that way, the son thinks that to return to his father. In such a scenario, he after goes to his village. The villagers, seeing that the son who has run away, came into the village, informed the father. The father is actually the father, knowing that son has returned, comes to embrace his son without lovingly and without any feeling. Thank you. Actually, this is a we couldn't get much time for preparation, but I will let you the details of the drama like this. So actually, this is the drama from Gospel of Luke, which Jesus speaks about to explain the situation of the jiva who enters from Vaikuntha into this material world, and to make us understand our situation. Now, we'll go ahead with the presentation, which Prabhupada is presenting. Speaks out.
So we will see independently cannot we be happy. So like we will think independently we will have some our own property and we will drink liquor and have our own business. So we will see, is it good having materially independent of Krishna, having material without Krishna means it is material thing. So we will see, can we independently be happy. So now speaking about material happiness, do we is material happiness is good or not? So we will see that. So now one may drink liquor or have a fabulous life, but ultimately material happiness causes us. Material happiness is temporary. It will frustrate and we will lead to depression. Okay.
So these are the previous slide presents what are the ways that one can enjoy in this material world. So the first situation says the whatever situations that enjoyment that we get in this material world is actually temporary. Example that whatever for example, if we take example of a sweet gulab jamun. Today morning Proji was narrating that actually how much amount of gulab jamun we may take in the, for example, one may take up to 10 gulab jamuns, and after that one actually feels that the 11th gulab jamun is no more tasty. That means the 11th gulab jamun has losed taste for us, although the gulab jamun is having sugar in it, right? So that means the material happiness, although remaining same for us, that the same thing actually no more seems to be enjoyable after some time or after some limit, because the senses that we have given in this material world are actually limited. So that's why Prabhupada is speaking initially that the material enjoyment that we are getting, although I'm enjoying like by using the example was given drinking of wine. So although the person is telling that he is enjoying by drinking wine, actually, but he is suffering because the resultant of drinking wine is actually giving him diseases or damaging his liver. So in that way, the instantaneous enjoyment which is initially giving pleasure is seen to be as a enjoyable thing in the beginning. So the mark is given as enjoyable object, but in the end, whatever suffering is there, the next part is ignored. So when we look at into any happiness or whatever situation, we should see the full situation and then judge it.
Now the question came like, why I have take the headache of serving Krishna? If we analyze our lives carefully, we have to serve someone. Maybe it may be our boss, or it may be our pets, dogs, or children. So why not Krishna? So if we serve, so like if like let me go through a story. It is a strike by a census. So one day, Hans gathered all his limbs and legs and senses together. So thinking that we are working so hard day and night, and we are gathering many information, and ultimately stomach is enjoying. So they have decided to not to feed at all, feed stomach at all. So consequently, what happened? Body got weakened and weakened like that. They cannot do anything. They cannot move either. So they have decided, and the senses ultimately come to their senses, and cooperatedly they have supplied food to stomach, and they have enjoying. Similarly, in our lives also, when we serve Krishna cooperatively, everything will be we will be happy. Now, how can we serve Krishna? That is very simple.
The next slide speaks about what are the ways that one can give out or engage one's senses in Krishna's. For example, the Prasad Sevan. Honoring Prasad is one way where we actually relish Krishna in the form of Prasad. And we also have listening to like Prabhuji was giving the message. Not only honoring Prasad from tongue through the tongue, we also have to take in the prasad through ears. So that is actually hearing. So both ways actually one is nourished. And second way is dancing. So dancing the kirtan actually is a great science. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually in one of the classes we have heard that Urdhva Bahu and Uchakari, there are many symptoms by which one has to do the kirtan. By which actually what happens is the soul actually enjoys in its full. And the other thing is selfless service. Book distribution and distribution of prasad is actually a selfless service that devotees do, make others feed prasad and make them Krishna conscious. So in that way, we actually engage ourselves and participating in Ratha Yatra and mainly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So the earlier story which was narrated about the strike of senses, in which Prabhupada is giving, there is a one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam which speaks about where Krishna is the root of all the demigods. So by serving Krishna, actually one need not serve any other demigod. It is just like pouring the waters at the root of the tree. So the analogy is expanded in two other examples. That one example was given is serving the stomach by all the senses. Senses are actually different parts, and completely they are nourished only when the stomach takes the food and then in turn nourishes all other limbs. So similarly, when a person serves Krishna, because we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are actually a small part situated as a limb of Krishna. For example, Krishna says, all the demigods are my angas, limbs. So similarly, we are also part of Krishna spiritually. So when we nourish the whole, the part is actually part of the whole. So when whole is completely served, the part also gets its part. So similarly, in that way, the happiness is actually throughout. Thank you very much.
We request all the team to come forward. So anybody has any questions for them? Yes, Raj. Give mic. Give this mic. That mic. That mic for them. Answer.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for a wonderful presentation. So my question is, you have explained how material happiness is temporary, it's depressing, and also it is pain producing. So what happens is that in the outside world, what we have seen is even the materialists, they also acknowledge that by working just for working for sense gratification, they're also getting into stress, anxiety, depression, and etc. But the solutions they suggest to the problems is not that we have to take to Krishna consciousness, but there are some material solutions. For example, there are seminars about stress management, anger management, work-life balance, have a hobby, or people may say cultivate good relationships, friendship, society, and love. So all these things. So by this, they try to show that by balancing both work, your extracurricular activities, or your hobbies, you can be happy. It's not just work. Or I mean, they say that just by doing sense gratification, not be happy, but you have to do it in regulated way. So there is no picture of God in how to attain the achantika buddhigayam atyantikam, that transcendental happiness. So how do we explain to such people that accepting God and serving Him will actually give you true happiness, but not mere material solutions to the problems that we face?
Hare Krishna. I understand your question that you told that material problem have material solution, they told, but we want to suggest them the material problem does not have material solution. You have to come to the spiritual. Correct? Huh? Like that, for example, we are cooking something. So we have so many vegetables are there and salt will be there cooking, right? So you cannot sit inside the kadai and start cooking. You come outside the kadai and then you can cook, right? Otherwise, you will burn yourself only. Then what you will cook? Correct? Now, for example, the layers are going on. In the river ocean, layers are going on. So you cannot sit inside the river and then you can tell, okay, I will be coming out. You have to go top of the ocean. Then you are able to see, okay, this is the river is flowing. If I go inside, then I will be lost in that. So, see, first thing is that we just by hearing person will understand and then try to implement and they get the benefit. Correct? I told like natural position is like this. There is a one way that person will suffer. Like here example of senses are given. So senses go for the strike. They suffer. Then they understand. Okay, this is the problem. I have to be take Krishna consciousness. I have to feed the stomach. So like this, when they come in the contact of the devotees or when they come into the contact of the Prashadam and the Bhagavad Gita classes Katha, they apply in his own life. And then they find out, okay, this is working for me. And they see others also, it is working for them also. Then the realization coming for the material pupils. Till the time they don't have any connection, they did not see any devotees till now. And if you and no one is telling him, everyone telling that you can change the habit or you can change the regulated things, then they will not get the solution. So they require a connection or touch of the devotees or some tadiya of the Lord, like books or devotees or prasadam.
So
Like
my
that.
question is that only. So how do we explain to such people that this is not giving happiness, but spiritual happiness is what actually gives them true satisfaction? You are telling that to come in contact with the devotees. For example, we are in contact with one such person who believes that there is nothing, some substance in something called spiritual. So how do we help them understand that this is what is real?
So see, in everyone life, na,
So actually, the problem means which they are stuck is in mode of goodness. If they come to mode of goodness, they experience sukha. That is true. So they are experiencing material sukha. The solution for them is we have to show that that solution that they had made is temporary. That is going to end at the time of death, or it is going to be done when, for example, that solution is temporary. If the material solution is seeken out, it appears to be a solution for a temporary period of time. Facial lift or hair coloring, these all things which they are advertising. So, but if we tell that in long term, when the death is faced, it's going to be finished, then they will take up spiritual life.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, in this question, material solutions are giving to answers to material problems. But the thing ultimately is they will stuck up in this material world only. So now they will pay for stress management, work balance, and again they will die and come back to in the material world, and again they will pay for stress management again. But they are circulating in this material world only. They are not getting ultimate happiness. So until and unless they come to spiritual or contact with Krishna, they will go to Goloka and permanently they will happiness. So generally people what they do means when they go for solution, they think for it should be permanent. So permanent solution will be or the ultimate solution will be coming to the spiritual contact. Okay.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuvunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravane Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadesaparine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare. See, that was a very brilliant question at the end of the class, which was asked. There is one channel called Sattvic Movement. That husband wife, they are devotees only. So they are doing just like you all have seen Gauru Gopal Prabhu does for how to deal with your mind. Share and enjoy. Be sensitive. Be kind. Don't harbor malice. Don't maintain anger towards anybody. Take life as it comes. Be cheerful. Be confident. Be courageous. Live out your life fully. Be at the present. Don't bother about the past. Don't worry about the future. Drive away negative emotions. Fill up your heart with positive emotions. Make friendship with the cheerful. So, when Gaurava Prabhu speaks on these kind of things, it became very hit because most people are looking for how to make their current lives better without having to bother much about after death what awaits them. 99.9% of the population. Therefore, Lord Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. He is telling that out of 1,000 people are actually searching after God. And out of those who are searching after Him, only 1,000 actually come to a correct understanding of Him. That means it is like 1 divided by 10 power 6. That is the ratio. So it's a very small ratio it is. So now the Sattvic movement people or this fit tuber, if you see these videos, they are talking about how to keep your body healthy. Even our Sadguruji, if you see, he says you take turmeric, you take neem leaves, you fast, for 16 hours at a stretch. Also exercise your body, do pranayam, do yogasanas. So keep your body fit, keep healthy, be happy. What to speak of these people telling about this? Even Krishna says also, Yogo bhavati dukkha ha. He says, ha means destroy. Dukkha ha means if you lead a life where you don't abuse the body, but you utilize the body well. For example, yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yoga bhavati. So Krishna says that if you sleep on time, If you eat on time, if you exercise your body, and you also don't abuse the body with overload of food and everything. Basically, food, sleep, and exercise and relaxation. These things, if you take care, even Krishna says that, you will not have misery. You will be happy. And then you can come to the level of mind. Mind also, it's not that mind cannot be managed. There are many techniques by which you can manage the mind, like I told you. So the Sattvic movement or Fittivar, they are doing a lot for the body. Gaur Gopal Prabhu type of people, if you see Jai Shetty, what he does, he shows a real life incident. The girl is going to meet her boyfriend. She's battering the door. And when the boy opens the door, suddenly she finds there is another woman there. He is already married. Another woman. And this boy is peeping out and telling her, please, don't disturb my family. I am already married, he says. She says, okay, okay. He says, then she goes behind, she boards her car, and then she is breaking down, crying, because she loved him and he loved her, but now he has cheated her, because he has married someone else. Now when she is driving the car, all her mind is remembering the boy, and then there is a headlong collision. When she opens her eyes, she finds herself in the hospital, like this, admitted in the hospital. So he shows the real life scene. And such things do happen in life. And then he will speak. After that, what he speaks, he says, you see, don't be shocked if your fiancé runs away with somebody else. He says, such things can happen in life because people make up their mind to do something, they change their mind. And then he says, in this world, in hot summer, we don't like the heat of the sun. In cold winter, nobody likes to Nevertheless, we do our duty. Similarly, if such a thing ever happens to you, I'm sorry, if a thing may happen to you. In case it happens, forget it like a bad dream and start your life fresh. And that is why his videos go in millions. Because he is talking 2.14 Bhagavad Gita. Isn't it? Isn't it? But he will not say that he is taking from Bhagavad Gita. He may speak certain principles. So people like Jai Shetty, Gaur Gopal Prabhu, these people are talking about dealing with the problems of the mind. There are people who talk about dealing with the bodily problems. Then there are people talking about dealing with the mind's problems. And how to make your life more comfortable, more happy. See, the nature of a conditioned soul in this world is to make an uncomfortable position into a comfortable position. Like right now, you all are packed in a room which is very hot, so the fan is making you a bit comfortable. So, in case there was AC, you will request, Prabhuji, please close all the windows, put on the AC. Correct? If there is a better company, you know that there is no AC, so you can't demand that. But what I am saying is, the living entity's nature is, try to make the situation a little more comfortable. And what is it like? Like say somebody is in a jail. You go and ask him, are you good? Again it is getting spoiled. Okay, Hare Krishna. Take care. Chhod dena usko. See, you are in a jail. Somebody comes and asks you, "Theek ho na?" Some relatives ask you. You say, no. Bahut machhar kaat raha hai. Okay, then they give you a machhardani. And after a week they come, are you comfortable? You say, no. It's very cold here. Okay, they give you a blanket. After 1 week they come, Abhi, are you comfortable? No, the morning the water is very cold. Okay, they give you a geyser. Are you comfortable? No, they are giving simple, rice and dal. That's all. I wish I can get pulao, kadi, rasamalai, puran puli. It would be nice if I can get a feast. So in one class I asked a question. If you have mosquito net, you have a geyser to take bath, a blanket to cover yourself, and you have pulao, kadi, rasamalai, puran puli, gulab jamun, everything, jalebi. So I asked the question, how many of you feel that you can continue in the jail itself? I asked. So a good number of people raised a hand. Very good. Because all these things are provided. Huh? Yeah. Then I told them there are 5 reasons why I will not remain in such a jail. I will want to quit that jail. I was telling, can any of you guess what are those 5 reasons? Even while being provided with all these facilities and amenities by his relatives, why a person should not remain in the jail? He has to come out. First reason. Give the mic to him. That one more mic, yeah.
Because it is temporary. Whatever the facilities is getting, it is temporary.
No, he can have it. Must admit, as long as he has to be in jail, he can have it. Blanket also he can have it. Must donate blanket, prasad, geyser, all those things are provided. As long as he has to be in the jail, he may say that I will be in jail forever. I'm happy. Everything I'm getting. Anybody? Yeah.
Cannot meet his parents.
Mic is on.
He cannot meet his parents.
This is the first things. First thing here, he will miss the opportunity to live happily with his relatives, namely mother, father, wife, children, all of them who are all outside there. Give him one class. First thing is, he is missing his near and dear ones. That's the first thing. There's no point, even though he's getting all these things, he is living like a lonely person without having any relationship with those whose company he would cherish. So he has to live away from them, first thing. Okay. Second reason, anybody? Give the mic to them. Many hands up, yeah.
He may have to abide by the laws of jail, and he might be assigned some work which he doesn't want to like.
Exactly. In the jail, like if you have been to any jail, you will see they have to break stones from morning to evening, almost 6-8 hours. And but breaking stone will pain your shoulders, hands. One time in my school days, we had to tear down one wall. So we all took iron rod. 2 hours we worked. And after the 2 hours, we came home flat. Whole body was paining for 2 weeks. Any of you have done that? Tearing down a wall, isn't it? It's a very painful thing. And these guys in jail do 6 hours, 8 hours a day. Every day they have to break. So there is a painful work to do. Give him one class. Good answer. So inside the jail, nobody can just relax and see. In this world also you will see many people tell you that I want to earn out money and I put it in a bank. And with my wife and children, we want to have a villa, very beautiful. We have a swimming pool at home. We have a very beautiful bungalow. We have a car. We lead a very lavish life. Happily ever after. I want to relax. But most people never get to live a life like that. Whole life they slog. But most of the slogging people have a dream that someday they want to relax. How many of you heard about that? Correct, yeah. So in the jail also you will see you have to slog and slog and slog. You have to do work which you don't like to do. Very good point. So 2 points have come out. Third point, anybody? This side?
Limited freedom.
Now, he's saying limited freedom. That means freedom only within the jail. He cannot go out of the jail. Give him an applause. Like for example, if you are outside the jail, you can go to temple, you can go to tourist places, you can go with your family. You can go all over the world outside the jail. Whereas if you are inside the jail, within the 4 walls of the jail only you have to remain. Freedom is limited. Very good. Similarly, in the material world, you have material body, so that your freedom is limited. Like for example, if you throw a man into water, 30 feet deep swimming pool, he goes down and dies. Because man cannot live underwater and fish cannot live outside water. Jungle animals are not allowed to come to city. If they come, they'll be shot. And man cannot go into jungle. He'll be caught by the lion and tiger and everybody. Correct? So we have limited freedom. You don't have unlimited freedom. And our bodies are fragile in this world. You're just walking on the road, pat, lorry comes and hits on the spot, people die. Isn't it? Or you find during Corona time in one family, 3 or 4 members died in the same family. Grandfather, father, brother, many people died. Child. It doesn't see what age group. So the bodies are very fragile in this world. But freedom is very limited. Anytime anything can happen. It's even though you are living in this world, you can't be peaceful. There is always threat. Padam, padam, padam. So there is no freedom. So you can't meet the relatives and friends. Similarly, the jiva in this world is covered by the Brahmanda. You can't meet his dear Lord and his associates and live a Nityalila, happy life. He is now trapped in this material world, like a jail. So limited freedom, and you can't meet the relatives and friends. And what's the first point you said? Nice point? Huh? Yeah, you can't meet the parents and relatives, that's one thing. Second one is freedom. Work. Yeah. Lot of hard work, yes. That's true, yeah. Fourth one, anybody? Yeah.
We have to deal with other criminals in the jail.
Exactly. Because although your relatives will give you blanket and go, somebody will snatch your blanket. Because inside a jail, people who are present are not so gentlemen. Because Bhatsam Thakur said, this material world is not a place for. Because, why should good people come here? All dangerous people come here. And everybody has some criminal mentality. So people already, like mosquito comes and bites you, you roast the mosquito with electric bat. Isn't it? The dog threatens you like that. And you stone the dog. So everybody in this world is giving trouble to each other. So if other jail members see that you are getting nice mosquito net, you are getting blanket, they'll beat you up and take it away. So that is a very good answer. Give him an applause. Good point. That's the fourth one or fifth one? Fourth one. Yeah.
All the temporary solutions like mosquito nets or hot water are actually not solving the core of the problem, but are only covering the problems.
They are only temporarily addressing problem. His real problem is, if he goes out of the jail, he will have abundant happiness. Whereas these things are just changing a little uncomfortable position to a comfortable position, but not giving him the freedom that he wants. Give him an applause. So, what the Vedas say, don't try to adjust your material situation and try to be cozy in the material world. Just like, for example, morning alarm is ringing 4 o'clock. Somebody is tapping. Prabhuji, 4 baj gaya. You say, theek hai. Correct, no? First you're sleeping this side, then you sleep that side. So don't try to continue to be in your cozy material situation. So, because material world, you may slightly adjust the situation and make yourself feel a little better. But it is not a permanent solution. These 5 problems are there. Like you just think about it. How many of you, for example, after you die, again you have to be born, you have to start going to school. LKG, UKG, Jack and Jill went up the hill, from that to start. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. You start off from all that in first standard. In this life, already you have done your BTech, MTech, PhD, you have got your degree. How many of you find it's boring to start from your LKG all over again? Correct, no? And you have to do it another million times. Birth after birth. Again and again you have to study. Once Her Grace Urmila Mataji was speaking in Mayapur. She was telling, every morning I go to the washroom, I see the toilet block, and I see such a horrible material body, We have to pass stool, we have to brush our teeth, and we have to take a bath. She said, what a nasty body this is, this material body. And it is not just once in a lifetime you have to do, every day you have to do. If you don't brush your teeth, nasty smell will come. If you don't take bath, nasty smell will come. And some days you clear your belly, other days the belly is not cleared. You are simply passing air. What a nasty body it is. So, how many of you are very eager to take 1 million more such nasty bodies over and over again? Think about it. Huh? So, therefore, Shastras say, Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapyavaran, Vibodata. Wake up, sleeping soul, Shastras is saying. Perfect your life. Don't waste your life. So, the real success is freedom from this material cage. So, the first question is this: are you this body or are you driver of this body? That is the first. These fellows gave a very good presentation, but they didn't touch this point. Therefore, the question came up. Because if we are all our bodies, then all glory to our fit tuber, Satvik movement, Gaur Gopal Prabhu, Jai Shetty, all of them. Just keep your body and mind very healthy, and then at the time of death, everything is finished. So I lived a life of 80 to 100 years, and I lived out my life fully, very happily. Bye bye now, that's all, I am finished now. But that's not the truth. Repeatedly, the Shastras prove it, and the scientists have proved it, that there is a living spirit that animates the body, whose presence is making the body appear alive. Like if I put a gloves in my hand, I move my hand, the gloves appears alive. The gloves is never alive. Similarly, our body, our mind, our intelligence, none of them is alive. They all are dead entities. So the first thing Shastras talk about is Jada and Chetan. Chetan is Atma and Jada is dead matter. So body is Jada, Atma is Chetan. When the Chetan Vastu, Atma, goes out of the body has no more value. Prabhupada says, once a man was going in a bus. Some man entered the bus and he slightly hit him on his head by moving like this. Man immediately turned around and said, bang! And then shouted, why are you touching my ears like this? Like hitting like this. He became angry. But Prabhupada says, the same man who is taking offense and becoming angry, if he dies, that man, instead of hitting, can kick on his face of the dead man. That man won't speak anything. Even if he kick on his dead body. Because dead body is only jada. It is garbage, Prabhupada says. Dead body is garbage. So material body is garbage. It's only fit to be fed into the fire. Atma, God's living spirit. That is part and parcel of Krishna. That has value. So it's the very first truth. So, because Atma is the truth, all these, seminars on how to keep the body well, like for example, they have this, what do you call it? In America, men who are turning 60, 70, some of them have spoken lectures on saying that, I was in a great crisis because when you get old, beyond 60, the genitals don't work anymore. You can't have sex life. My wife would have rejected me. Thank God the Viagra medicine helped me so that I could prove to my wife that I am still potent. I can still, satisfy you with sex life. So they were showing that. So for some medicine, they show that. For some advertisement of the medicine. And man is saying, he's crying. Yes, I'm 70, I'm worried that my wife will reject me. So this medicine helped me so that I can prove to her that I am still sexually active. I am not inactive. Prabhupada says in Paris, he saw 80-year-old men who lost the sexual potency. They were ordering monkey glands from India to implant it in the body so that even at 80 they wanted to enjoy sex life, which clearly proves that our senses gradually get worn out. Whether it is tongue, digesting ability, everything gradually degrades. Prabhupada said, why should you import the monkey glands? Next life you're going to be monkey only. Anyway, just wait for a few more years. 2 years down the line you will die, you'll become monkey in India. And you can be enjoying sex life as many times as you want. So I became deeply convinced in the message of Gita. Gita is a very, very scientific literature. It says that the jiva surrounded by the impure mind is wandering here and there with multiple material desires. And the material body is an apparatus given to the impure desires in the mind to exercise the mind. Like if you see a pig is given certain type of tongue, the nose, the eyes, and the senses, by which he is able to even taste something abominable as stool. You can see that. Because he is given that type of set of senses. Like how many of you have seen in the same seat in the bus or train, one fellow is smoking and enjoying smoking, and you are plugging your nose with a kerchief. And for you it is obnoxious. You are just tolerating it, correct? No? Actually, one fellow went to the bathroom to smoke. Immediately, some Harikrishna devotee was sitting. He complained to the TT. TT went to the bathroom and battered the door and shouted, "Hey, you cannot smoke." Then he got the fellow out. But when he opened the door, still the smell was going all over the bogie. How is it that two living entities, one is relishing some nasty thing, another one finds it abominable? That is because the living entity in both the body has got different type of mind there. One with the impure mind to smoke, another one with the pure mind who cannot bear the smoke smell. You can see that. So, if we are, whether we are the body or we are the soul, that should be ascertained. Huh? Because most people don't know about the soul. Like even if you see this FitTuber or Satvik movement, they also have produced some videos on importance of meditation, importance of self-realization, importance of bowing down to God, surrendering to God. They say that even though we are giving you solutions for the body and mind, you will not be able to, cope with the body without ultimate goal of life. See that when you are very clear about the purpose of life, then you can become fanatically determined in being focused on attaining the goal of life. Then you can be very fanatically focused only when you are strongly convinced about the purpose of life. If right now you will see many Indians, they wear chandan, kumkum, go to temple, ring the bell, but their hearts are hell-bent upon going to America and making dollar notes. So their purpose is money making. All this is drama. Chandan, kumkum, ringing bell, very pious. Om Jaya Jagadish Hare, Swami Jaya Jagadish Hare. Simply drama. Huh? On the other hand, somebody in America is a Hare Krishna devotee. He is floating in dollar notes. I can show you, there is one devotee called Satyasar Prabhu. He worked in Microsoft for 17 years. He worked at Microsoft. During that tenure, he made 45 initiated devotees during his tenure in Microsoft. So 45. Each one of them is a very great preacher and very good devotee. If you go to his house, currently he's living in Texas now. So whenever I go to Texas, Austin, Texas, I stay in his place only. You just go and see Dhoti Kurta he wears, morning, Mangalati, Narshingarati, Tulsiarati, he and his wife, all his group members come to join. Now he pulled out of Microsoft, he's running his own company now. He's employed many people now. And he goes to the company, comes to home, everything is Dhoti Kurta only. He's a Pakka Hare Krishna devotee with Tilak. He runs his own temple, ISKCON temple. He has his community. Now he may be Microsoft, he may be floating in dollar notes, he has a huge car, he has a huge place, everything. But his heart is not in them. His heart is, the purpose of his life is to go back home, back to Godhead, and then propagating Krishna consciousness. He's spending $1 million in building a temple now there in Austin, Texas. On the other hand, here you will find Indians wearing chandan, kumkum, Om Jai Jagadishwari, but their heart is not for Krishna. Simply drama. Therefore, every one of you sitting here, be clear in your heart, what is your purpose for which you are living? Are you living to simply eat and pass stool? Is that the goal of your life? Are you simply living one day to be dragged out of your sense gratification program to the graveyard where your body will be burned to ashes? Is that the goal of life? So who are you? Why are you living? What is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? Be clear about it. So once We are determined about the goal of life. And then the second truth comes. Just as I am the driver of this small bodily machine, there is also a big driver of the cosmic machine. Who is that? Krishna. So now the next question comes. Like you all are going to company. Everybody wears this thing, like we have feedback showing that we are Hare Krishna devotees. Similarly, all company going fellows wear one iCard. Infosys, Microsoft, you belong to some company, correct? Why do they put it around your neck? So that they constantly want to remind you, I belong to this company. Correct, no? And I'm supposed to work for the company. You have iCard around your neck. You have to use that to swap and go wherever you have to go. Correct, no? So you will see that now you are given a cabin, you are given a computer, you are given some salary pack at the end of the month. So you and your cabin. And then there is a big company which has its CEO. Now, are these two things totally independent or is there a connection? Yeah? Now, let us hear from everybody. Is there a connection between, say you are working in Infosys. You have a cabin, you have your computer, and you eat your lunch there, do your work. So this is your situation. And then there is a bigger company situation, 20,000 employees are working in Infosys and everybody has their own places. There is a big CEO running the whole company, a unit head or somebody. Now, between you and the company, is there a relationship connection or there is no connection? Connection is that because you are working for the company. It's not that you can sit in the cabin and do whatever you want. Can you be playing video games all day? They'll keep you in bench and give you a pink slip and show you the door very soon. That has happened to many people. If you think you don't have to do anything for the company. Similarly, I am the Jiva seated in this body, and this is a cosmic machine with Ishvara, like we say, Yeshavassamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena taktena bhunjitha magridakasya siddhanam. So everything in this world belongs to one Supreme. So He exists. So am I existing on my own? It's like a boy saying to father, Papa, every month send me some 30,000-40,000 rupees. And then पूछो मत मैं क्या करता हूँ मुझे करने के लिए अच्छा लगता मैं करूँगा. I will drink, I will smoke, I will roam, I will do everything. But you just keep sending money. Which father will send you? Tell me. Correct, no? So the boy has a connection to his father or no connection? There's a connection. Similarly, you're working in a company, you have a connection to the company. Similarly, you're living in this world. Is this world that you created? God has created. Are the facilities you use, did you create them? God has created and given them. Even the very material body you have, He has given. Then the next question comes, what is the connection? And the connection is very universally applicable law. For example, father is boss and you are das at home. That relationship becomes active after you become 9 or 10 years of age. Before 9 or 10, 1 to 9, your mother is boss and you are das. How? Mother says, Beta, Beta idhar, Beta. Kao, bahar mein jao. She completely controls you. How many of you agree? Correct? Yeah. Mother is your boss and you are das. After 9 or 10, your father takes up the boss role. Because now you get challenges in life. Father comes in the picture. After you join company, you have another boss. Who is a taskmaster, gets work done. Correct, no? If you don't please the boss, no promotion. Correct, no? Everywhere you have a boss. Similarly, for all living beings, there has to be a boss. Wherever there is a group of people, there will be a leader. Immediately. Take a company, there is CEO. Take a school, there is headmaster. Take a college, there is principal. Take a country, there is prime minister. Correct, no? Today is 15th August. If you go to Delhi, in the parliament, White House, all the army, navy, air force, everybody is saluting the prime minister, correct, no? This is the boss of the country. Whole country has to abide by whatever laws he makes. One of the first laws he made, as soon as he became PM, is note bandi, 500 rupee note. Can anybody say you will not follow it? Imagine some of you saved 500 rupee note and kept it. It will be useless because he has devaluated it. Devalued it. So everywhere Where there is a group of people, there is a boss. Nitya Nityanam Chetanas Chetanana Eko Bahuna Yo Vidadati Kama. Lord is eternal, we are eternal. Lord is conscious, we are conscious. He is one, we are many. So singular supreme, plural, and the subordinates have to serve the supreme. Why? Because the supreme is all good, and the subordinates, by serving him, will attain ultimate good. And by not serving him and becoming independent, it's exactly like, say, in a lorry, sometimes a screw gets loose. And when the lorry is going, it falls off. Some village boy picked up the screw. He goes to a shop. How much do you think they pay him? 2 rupees. Bangar kabam. That's all he will get. The lorry people, when they get down, they say, oh, bolt is missing. So the wheel will start running away. So then they go to your stores. Now I want to put a bolt here. You ask for the bolt, 100 rupees. Why? Because that bolt is going to fit in the larger mechanism of the lorry. That means if the bolt fits in the larger mechanism, his value is 100. When you go to Bangar Bhav, it is 2 rupees. That means when you are away from Krishna, we become useless, asar. When you are connected to Krishna and the mechanism of spiritual world, your value increases. Similarly, for example, one ISKCON brahmachari, he preached in one place, a satellite center. He made some 200, 300 congregation, devotees. And he used to go often. So at one point of time, he thought that now I have a lot of money. I have my people following, and I don't have to worry about the temple. He started having quarrel with the temple, fights with authorities, blaspheming authorities, sending out letters about authorities and all. Also, he started showing some weakness for opposite sex. So immediately the temple told him that you come out of your position. We are going to put another person in that place. But he protested. He said, I made this community. I developed this preaching. It's my place. And he had an account also where a satellite account was there. So he had saved some 30, 40 lakhs. And he said, it's my money. And the ISKCON devotees told him that it is neither your money, nor are the people your people. You were given respect by the people because you are representing ISKCON. He said, no, my people, me and my people, we will cut off from ISKCON, he said, and we will run our own show. And the president said, okay, go and talk to your people. When I talked to people, nobody agreed. They said, we want to be connected to the temple and Prabhupada and ISKCON. Who are you? You are an upstart. You just came, and as long as you connect to the temple and obey the superiors and you abide by the rules of ISKCON, then we are happy with you. If you are going to meddle with women, meddle with money, and become arrogant and independent, then we request you kindly push off. Temple will send us another devotee. At that time you realized it. No. When you connect with Krishna, you flourish. When you disconnect from Krishna, you perish. That lesson he learned after that. Similarly, the Jiva also, when you become a devotee, like imagine you join ISKCON, you become a good brahmachari, good devotee. Wherever you go, there is welcome. Yesterday I was in Indore, a big program, some 600-700 people. Huge crowd of people. I don't know any of them except a handful. So you get a very good opportunity to address people, talk to people. Wherever you go, why they respect you? Because you are a part of ISKCON. You are taken Diksha from a spiritual master in ISKCON, who is a Prabhupada disciple, and you are abiding by laws of ISKCON. You glorify Prabhupada. Imagine somebody, he criticizes Prabhupada, criticizes ISKCON, and says, I am a great soul. Who will want him? They say, get out. Correct, no? So, therefore, we have to be properly connected to Supreme Lord. No? So, Jiva is there, Ishwar is there. When Ishwar Jiva connection is strong, you will shine like anything. Just like you put iron rod in fire. The iron rod becomes just like fire. It becomes extremely powerful. It can even burn also something. Any of you have gone to smithy? You put a rod in the fire. How many of you have done that? You'll experience, right? Yeah. You take it out with a tongue. You hit, no? Yeah. So, we become malleable, moldable by Guru and Krishna when we agree to put ourselves in the fire of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, when you connect, then you flourish. When you disconnect independently, you cannot be happy. Yeah. And like for example, your hand now. The hand can count, and hand can grasp an object. I can carry a suitcase. Or if some object falls on me, my hands can stop it. Huh? Or if somebody comes to beat me, I can punch on his nose. Huh? Hand can do many things. Correct, no? But if you cut this hand and keep it on a table, can the hand do anything? No. So when you cut off from the body, hand is nowhere. So if the Jivatma thinks, I will be separately happy, it's like cutting off the hand and keeping on the table. Sasar, good for nothing. But you connect with Krishna, you can do wonderful things. Also, it's true that, many young boys, when they became devotees, within 2, 3, 4 years, they start speaking such eloquent philosophy in Krishna consciousness. Many, many people are amazed how this person can speak such amazing. He's only 4 or 5 years in ISKCON. That is because Krishna and Guru are empowering him because of the connection. He's getting that Shakti. But we want to have the Shakti, we disconnect and become arrogant and blasphemous and independent, then we can't be happy. So the spiritual connection is good for us. It is vital for us. And it will make us come back to our original position from which we have turned away. Correct now? So now a little bit comment about the presentation which they gave. You see, the drama which you do, anybody who does drama, your volume has to be louder and you have to be very expressive. The essence of drama is expression. If you don't express, then it will not be impactful on the people. Tarun Mohan Prabhu was giving lecture. The whole building was hearing the lecture. With such expression. How many of you agree? Correct, no? Isn't it? Such a powerful, it's like an explosive brass vessel. I wish I have a voice like that. So, when you are doing a drama, see, there are basically only 3 characters: father, elder son, younger son. Correct, no? The younger son is going away astray from the father, taking money, then tries to be independent. Some of you might have seen that Prodigal Son movie also. No? And then he comes back to father. So how he suffers, how he repents, how he connects to father, and how the father receives him. So they had very little time to prepare the drama. But any of you do any drama, I would say that the dialogues are very important, expressions are very important, and it should be, modulation is very important. Ups and downs in your tone when you are speaking a drama when you are doing. So that should be paid attention. The purpose of the drama is to shake the hearts of people and wake them up. So sometimes in drama, somebody forgets a dialogue. He goes and asks, what is the next dialogue? Therefore, you prepare in advance when you put up such kids drama. Otherwise, make up as best as you can and you present. And with respect to the PPT presentation, it was good, nice prepared. They had prepared. One point this whole team conveyed very well is that independently, if somebody tries to act, they suffer. And when you align, you can be happy. The Panchatattva story they showed nicely, PPT format. Some GIF file they showed. That was nice. Yeah. And the Prabhupada's dialogue, which they read in the beginning, that was nice. And that needs to be elaborated a bit. Whenever you are giving Prabhupada speaks or presentations, you should basically help people to understand what Prabhupada spoke. Just elaborate. Multiple examples he gives, and the presentation should include those examples. One of which they included. But which one? That Panchatantra story, they included that. Now another example Prabhupada gives, child. Anything he picks up, what he does? Puts in the mouth. And because naturally he knows you have to put in the mouth. No? He puts like that. Another example he gave in Paris or France. Prabhupada said, we are sitting in the park. Huh? Nice wind, nice ales, huh? Nice flowers. And park is very beautiful. Park benches are there, you can sit. But how is a park so neat and clean? It's maintained by the government. And you are allowed to partake of the advantages. But imagine somebody goes in the middle of the lawn and passes through there. Or somebody plucks flowers. Immediately he'll be fined. Correct? No? Because you may not see the government or the prime minister there. But if you misuse it, you will be punished. Therefore, you have to cooperate with the government, Prabhupada says. Similarly, all the senses should cooperate with the stomach. Similarly, all the living beings should cooperate with Krishna. This conclusion has to be brought out in a very punching manner when you present. Otherwise, you may give example, but where is the conclusion? Conclusion has to be very strongly emphasized. All of us are living beings, but we are existing to serve the Lord. When you serve the Lord, you become happy, Lord becomes happy. Just like, for example, a wife, husband goes to office. She washes the house, cleanses the pots, washes the clothes and dries them, folds and keeps nicely. She cooks nice tiffin. When the husband comes in the evening with a smiling face, she welcomes, serves him some snacks. And husband sees house is clean and clothes are dried and kept neatly, in his room, everything. So who feels happy? Husband or the wife? Both feel happy. Why? When husband feels happy, now he expresses happiness to wife by thanking her. Thank you, you kept everything so nice. And wife feels happy. Similarly, when the jiva serves the Lord, who becomes happy? Both. Jayatma. So when you serve him, like laddu I take and put in the belly. Is belly happy or the hand also happy? Yeah, both. Belly takes it and then gives nourishment to the hand. You see? So this point should be emphasized. Actually, you can become happy by serving Krishna. Then the living entity will say, wow, good idea. I also have my share of happiness. Then I will serve Krishna, no problem. They agree. Otherwise, if you tell living entities, you cannot expect anything. You only serve Krishna, tum maro abhi. When you say like that, then living entities don't feel happy. But you should also tell the living beings, by serving Krishna, you stand to gain. Like Sudama gave some chipped rice to Krishna. Did he lose anything? He got a big house and 100 servants. Correct, no? The Falwali, she gave Krishna a palm full of fruits with love. Did she lose anything? She got a basket full of gold, silver, diamond, everything. Correct, no? So in this way, understand, this point should be emphasized. By giving to Krishna, you stand to gain. So I'll conclude here because you have a 15-minute break, after which we have a very special personality coming to address us. Can we go to this thing, that Dwarka hall or something, where everybody can spread out and little bit sit comfortably? They have mic system, everything. Can. Dwarkapuri hall. Is it available? They're having?
Tarun, can you please check? Evening they have some function, I think. Now, if it is
3 to 4. So 3 to 4 we have our Bharata Prabhu coming. And he's going to speak from Ramayana. Very special. He will come back by 2. 2:30 he said he'll come back. 3 we have requested him. You have told him, no? You told him 3? Yeah. So this room is little congested, no? Or we can sit here only. Actually, many of them are folding their leg and they are sitting like this. They don't have enough place, I think. Correct, no? How many of you feel Dwarka hall is better? See, check it.